Financial expert Jeff LaBelle joins us, and we had a mixed close today, but you've got a new company you want to talk about.
Right, yeah, and first of all, the markets were mixed, not a lot of volume, boring. I'll get into that shortly. But I do have a new company I'm going to introduce. In fact, it's called The Compound.
All right.
Skateboard, surf, you know, a bunch of neat clothing. And I'm going to talk about the company, but actually there's something very special I'm going to touch on, and I'm going to get into that in a moment. But first, the markets. Let's take a look at what happened during the week in other news. If you're looking to purchase a house, now may be the best time. Mortgage rates are at historical low levels. The average 30-year rate is at 3.9% and the 15-year at 2.77%. Apparently, the Fed's injection of $40 billion a month are impacting rates. While it's nice to see rates this low, only 2/3 of homes sold in August were financed. For QE3 to be considered a success, lenders must loosen up the guidelines for mortgage applicants. Well, let's take a look at the market. The Dow finished the day slightly mixed, down 20 points, while the S&P ended up flat, and the NASDAQ finished fractionally higher, up 4 points to 3179. Now, stocks in the news. Orlando-based Darden restaurants beat estimates. Darden, the parent company of Olive Garden, Red Lobster, and Longhorn, earned 85 cents a share. That's 1 cent ahead of estimates. Shares of Darden closed the day at a new 52-week high of 57.21, which was up 2.5 points today. In other stocks, Oracle shares fell after the company announced a 24% decline in hardware sales. Oracle shares closed today trading up fractionally to $32.56. Also in the news, oil prices dropped 7% since last Friday. Oil topped the $100 per barrel last week for the first time in 4 months, but pulled back to trade in the $93 range. Crude oil closed today at $92.99 a barrel. And now your community spotlight. 10 years ago, local surfer and skater Jacob Shields opened a board and skate shop. Today, the Compound is known as one of the best on the West Coast. His passion for catching waves and skating is evident by how unique his store is. Now he carries not only surfboards and skateboards, but a huge line of shoes and apparel. You may have seen his logo at many of the sporting and charity events. But what makes Jacob and his staff so special is what they do for charities. They have supported homeless shelters, churches, schools, and most recently an autism event. Perhaps the most meaningful work they do is for an orphanage in Mexico. For the past 4 years, Jacob and his crew packed extra boards, shirts, and shoes, and they went to Mexico. They have raised close to $50,000 to help make the orphanage safer and to expand it for other needy children. Jacob truly has a community-focused business which enhances what Sarasota is all about. Thanks, Jacob. If you know about a company or organization that is doing something special in our community, you can reach me at jeff@gcadvice.com. And that'll do it for your market wrap-up. I'm Jeff LaBelle. John?
Jeff, I'm glad to hear about what Jacob's doing, as well as that oil prices were down a little bit from last week.
Yes, absolutely. Nice to see him come back off the 100 mark down in the 90s.
Okay. There's more local news and sports just ahead. Stay with us.